All right, so I'm recording this one to share with my 8 p.m. group tonight. So welcome to the call, guys. And we are 13 days away from the Rapid Crystal Reset for the Executive $2,000. So I know, Tyler, you're not eligible anymore. You're done, but several of you guys are. So where are you guys standing? How many more do you need?
Oh, I need a whole lot, but I'm working on it. I got a lot of them hanging on the edge, so.
So it's just going to be popping
8 new ones, yeah.
Popping them out. That's a good attitude, though. Who else? Megan says 3. Megan's in hiding.
Megan's in the closet.
Really, really soon. What did you say, Sarah? 10?
Yeah, I need all 10.
Okay. Well, I know a lot of you, the goal is paid as executive, so even shooting for the Rapid Reset bonus money, if you don't hit that, getting you back to paid as is going to be a huge, huge victory too. So I know that's the goal for a lot of you. So, you know, what we need to do now, it's crunch time. So one of the things you really want to be thinking about, is there anything that you can let go of to free up some more time? You know, sometimes there's little subtle things we can let go of for 2 weeks that might free up some more time in order for you guys to do what you need to do to get this done. Do you have anything like that? Or do you guys feel like you've got the time, you just need to?
I don't think it's a time thing as much for me as trying not to be like, come on, you guys. You know, I mean, I don't think it's a time thing. I think it's a hurry up and wait thing. And you can't keep encouraging them every single day necessarily.
Yeah. It's and I know Sharon and I talked about this privately last week. It's, you don't want to come across desperate ever in this business. And I see that happen with people. I see people want it so desperately. And I love that in them, because I love to work with people who want it so bad. You know how Lynn Hagedorn always says, how bad do you want it? You know, I love working with people that want it bad, but the thing we have to be really, really careful of is we don't want it to come across that way to our prospect, to our new associates, that's all we care about is getting them to consultant so we can rank advance, so we can get our bonus. So it's finding that fine line of being excited, but really making it more about them than it is about us. And you guys have heard my favorite quote a million times, but just be thinking it over and over and over again in your head. You know, the more people you help, the more you're going to succeed. You know, that Zig Ziglar quote, it's not even coming to me, and I say it all the time.
The more you help people get what they want,
you'll get what you want. And that is like so true in this business and what we've got going on. So, you know, just be, you know, your executive bubble chart should be right in front of you all the time. Like, literally, when you go out of the house, have it in your bag with you. When you're home, have it by your computer with you. Have it with you all the time. And then, you know, like what Sharon was just saying, we can't keep waiting on the same people. So we can encourage the ones we have and absolutely be working with them, but we always have to have new people in the pipeline. So what kind of appointments do you have on your calendar for the next 13 days? You know, really look at that. Who do you have that you're going to be either on the phone with or meeting with belly to belly? What do you have going on as far as sip and samples, sweat and samples, launch parties, health and wellness events, whatever you want to call them, Facebook Live events? What do you have going on? Because we know that when you work in groups, oftentimes you have better success. I mean, sometimes Dana does really well with one-on-ones. She does a lot of one-on-ones. Sometimes people do really well having a big launch party and they invite people and have membering friends, and then you know, they do really well at those. So try it all. You've got 13 days. What else can you try that maybe you haven't tried? Sharon, were you going to say something?
Well, I think I said this before, but it's working again. I had one person say that they could get together on Thursday night at 6:30. This was last week or the week before. So I made a launch party out of Thursday night at 6:30 and set up a Facebook group and started inviting people. So, and you know, the biggest one I've ever had was at the very beginning. I had 7. Most of the time I have 1 or 2 people, you know, just so you know, it's not like this big thing like some of you guys have. But at this point I have 3 people coming on Thursday night, And it started with, the one person. So I'm glad about that. And of course I told them to bring friends, and it's not Thursday yet, so I'm still hoping we'll have more. But, when you have one person, turn it in, and I always say to them, I may have a couple others coming. That's before I ever put it out there, but just so that they know, and a lot of times it is one-on-one, and I do mostly one-on-ones, but I have that. And then this morning I got a cancellation. I had one for tomorrow, just a one-on-one, and it got canceled. And you know what? That's okay. Because I can't get all like, oh, but I need you, so whatever happens. I believe it'll still happen. I don't know how, but I'm just going to keep on doing. I need 4 more.
4 more. Awesome.
And I'm building to the Super Saturday. We have a Super Saturday this Saturday, so I'm really using that as my invite everybody, whether they're new or pirates or just associates. So
you're inviting people to the Shore to Shore, Gina?
Yes.
Has anybody been to a Shore to Shore? What is the
agenda? Doesn't look like guests, Polly, but every single time I go to a Super Saturday, I think to myself, I wish I had a guest here.
Right.
So, I'm sending them the Shore to Shore brochure, and it says what every person's talking about.
I'm going to be there Saturday too. So I have
Okay.
a couple people in the area that I'm trying to get, but I wasn't sure. So that's a good tip. I'm going to do that.
It's the first time I've ever just sent it out and said, my company is doing a local, and it's still 45 minutes or an hour away from me. I said, doing a local event. I have some extra tickets. Would you be interested in coming?
Okay.
So.
Well, and we're going to be doing, several of the masterminds are getting on a call after the mastermind call with me. Do a big thing on events and the power of them, and you guys know it. You know how it is for us. So getting someone to an event can be an absolute game changer I think that's what happened with Tyler. He watched me live, eat, and breathe this for years, and then I got him to an event and everything changed and the light bulb went off, and that's all you need. Getting one of your people to an event could blow up a business. It really can. So it's so huge. And, to me, a few hours is not too far to drive. I've driven up to 9 hours and gone out and back in a 24-hour period. Polly, you're nuts like me. Polly and I will go anywhere, no matter the distance. And it's worth it. I've never ever once said, wow, I wish I wouldn't have done that to myself. Ever.
Usually what I say when I'm done with them is, when's the next one?
Yeah.
One of the things that's worked for me, I had a couple of people kind of surprised say to me, hey, I have a couple friends that asked about Isagenix. What do I do? Last week. So I decided I'm going to be sending messages this week to pretty much all my product users. And I'm going to tell them I'm kind of putting something together, and I would love to know what some things are that they love about Isagenix. And through that conversation, ask them if I could write a post for them and have them put it on their wall, their Facebook wall. Because I had this one girl that I taught with who's been using Isagenix with me for over a year, intermittently. She's one of those, she'll order like 500 BV one month and then she won't order for 3. And then she'll tell me she's really tired. So she had a friend ask her about it and enroll last week. So I said to her, you have some built up volume and here's what will happen. And so she said, I don't know Facebook at all. Can you write something for me to post? So that she got 6 people ask her on her post, more information. And then she puts me on a private message with them. I'm kind of deciding whether if I friend that, she doesn't know Facebook really well. So I kind of want to friend them so I can tag them in the welcome post on HHP, but I don't want them to be like, who's this weird person I don't know that wants to friend? I don't want to make it weird. So I'm kind of just replying with, shoot me any questions. I'm happy to help. And then a couple days later, I'll say, why don't I friend you and add you to our private Facebook group? But I decided then, why not go to all my product users and say, hey, I'm just trying to figure out what you all love about Isagenix. So give me some things you love about Isagenix. And then after they do that, I can say, oh my gosh, that's awesome. Have you ever told people that that's what you love? And then write a post for them. So that's kind of my plan for the next week.
Great idea.
Holly, are you doing that in a group message, in a private message?
A private message or a text. I really do believe what, who says it, PK or Eric worry about text messages, especially, I say generation. I feel like for a lot of people my age, which is kind of weird because I don't feel like I'm old, but I guess I am almost 50. Facebook still is kind of like just where they go to see their friends' pictures. They don't really want to message there. So text messages they look at more. So some of them I'm text messaging. And I still have some that are not on Facebook, and I email them.
Because what I have found that is, and you might have done this, if you have a personal person and they have a friend, if you get all three of you in a message chat.
We are doing that. That's what she's doing with the people that asked her on her Facebook page. You know, I'm interested. What is it? She writes,
okay,
awesome nutrition program. I'll send you a message about it. And then she adds me onto that message.
Because I don't think it's weird to friend them. If once you're in a three-way message, I don't think that's weird. I think that's so normal. Just so you know, I think you ought to just friend them if you're in a three-way chat.
Well, I'm kind of writing something and waiting a day just so it's not like, oh, awesome, we hooked him, let me friend him. You know, I know that's something that I would be leery of, so that's what I'm projecting onto it. But yeah, that's my plan.
I'll give you a really great example. One of Susan Wheeler's people, Dr. Erin, she wanted me to meet one of her brand new people that just enrolled a week ago. She wanted me to meet her. She'd already met Susan. They did a three-way, but she wanted me to meet her too because she's really wanting the business. So she did a three-way chat. Right away, we became Facebook friends, and then we did a Zoom today. So now she is my Facebook friend. Now she's seen me and talked to me, so she feels connected to me. So being able to do that three-way, especially video, I love that because, you know, I love the three-way calls. I honestly think they're going to be obsolete and we're going to be all video because I feel like I know you if I see your face and I see your smile and I'm comfortable with you versus on the phone, you don't even know, you know, what someone's like. So that was really powerful. And then all I did was share a few tips of things that I did really well in the beginning that kicked my business off, and now she feels a connection to me. So if she wouldn't be able to get a hold of Erin or Susan, now she's feeling like, you know, she's got me she could come to as well. So yeah, that's a great thing.
Cindy, I did a three-way video on Facebook the other day, which I hadn't done before. And someone on my team had put me in a group chat with another person. And she said, give me a thumbs up if you guys can jump on video. And I hit a thumbs up. He hit a thumbs up, and then all of a sudden the three of us are on Facebook video. So it wasn't like send me a link and get on Zoom and, you know, what's your phone number? And it was pretty immediate. I mean, the guys work, but it was really cool.
It's
I have
great.
more
So
ready to be on video.
that's what's great about being in a three-way chat because you do it in that three-way chat. It's just a progression.
Right. But it was immediate.
I've done these before, and for those of you that have Macs, do you have to do it on? It doesn't work on Safari, correct? You have to be on
Chrome, probably.
It does not work on Safari. It works on Chrome, and I think I can't remember if it works on Explorer or not. You can look it up, and it'll tell you on Google what it works on. But it's a quick way to do it if they're not on Safari.
I know a lot of people are loving Marco Polo, but what I find with Marco Polo is by the time I listen to a message and respond, it'd be so much quicker to do a video chat, you know?
I love Marco Polo for my personal friends. I'm not a fan of it for business stuff for that reason.
The delay.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Any other ideas while we're down to 13 days, guys? Really, that was a great share, so thank you. Anyone have any events scheduled?
It was sure, but not my personal event, but I'm doing it.
Okay.
I have an event on Tuesday, a sip and sample tomorrow night, Tuesday.
Awesome. So Connecticut people.
Anybody's welcome.
We're doing
Bring a friend.
a sweat and sample next week in near me.
We're doing a vendor event at a chiropractic office Friday. It's a ladies' night. They're having 20 holistic practitioners and vendors have booths and demo and stuff.
Nice.
So I'm excited for that.
That'll be great.
And then I have a brunch one on Saturday in Worcester at 11 a.m. We're going to make protein muffins and protein donuts.
That's awesome.
So that should be fun.
Make them during the event, or are you going to serve them?
We're going to serve them.
What's the kind of agenda or outlook of that event, Dana? I really want to get that Canton guy to something.
I think it's going to be older, Tyler, but I'll double check and let you know.
Okay.
Because it's
like
one of my
sample, like a sweat, like a workout, or what?
No work.
No, it's just going to be like a sip and sample. We're just going to bring in some, the protein. I think we're going to make like some fake mimosas with some orange hydrate, and kind of go from there. But I'll let you know. I'll touch base with Cammie, and because it's more for her mom.
Okay, got it.
That might be my age. I don't know.
Well, we have that workout in Dover Park in 2 weeks, so he might come down for that, hopefully.
Okay, but I'll find out today.
Okay.
So yeah,
All
great.
right.
I also joined the local chamber, so kind of different, but lots of meeting, ton of good people, having a lot of good meetings. So, and again, I'm going into that with the mentality of referrals, because my other networking group has yielded a ton of referrals. So if anyone's interested in doing those things, I love them. So
Where did you find your first one that you did?
I founded a networking group called 6 Degrees Networking Group, and we've actually spun off 20 chapters. And it was actually most of the other board members were all in their 20s. So it's a total millennial group, which I love. And we started with like 5 people. We have about 35 people in our group. It's very casual. It's BNI like without the cost. It's free to join. We created a website, so it is $50 to give referrals through the website. But I can share info with you because it's really a great group. I've met a ton of people through it. So
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking for something like that to do weekly or something. So I'm in Columbus, Ohio, so there's plenty of opportunities, but I'm just kind of looking around to find the right one, I guess.
yeah, and even looking on meetup.com, sometimes you can scroll through those and find one that looks decent. But you really gotta be picky because you gotta make sure you go with people that you relate with. Because I've been to some groups and I'm like, I can't get out fast enough.
There's one that I've gone to a couple times, and the other night I met this guy in not great health. I've met him for the 3rd time, and he still didn't remember me. And not that I'm good at names, but I don't forget faces. And he was telling me all of his health ailments, and he asked me what I did, and I told him. And when he went on and on and on about his health ailments, energy was his biggest thing. And I said, I've got a product that would be really great for you. We're at a networking event, and you know what he said to me? I'm not interested in you selling me a product. And I was like, well, you know what? That's great because I'm going to give it to you. What is your address? And I'm going to mail it to you. And then I walked away and I thought, I'm so glad I handled that with grace because I wanted to say, then what are you doing at a networking event? That's what we come to things for. But you do have to be cautious. You want to be in one that people really are really excited to help you. And, everyone's going for selfish reasons. They all want to get referrals. But when you find the right group, you can really do well with them. I've got a lot of people that are involved in different types of networking groups. And like Gina, she didn't have the one she wanted, she created it. How cool is that? You can just create your own. And it's a great way to meet new people. So a lot of us, if you've been in this for a while, you're kind of feeling like, even though we know we're never out of leads, we know this. We know there's always, like Angela Maresca will say, have you talked to every single Facebook friend that you have that's not in Isagenix? And I always have to be honest with her and say, no, she'll tell you you're never out of your own leads, but joining a group like that to make new connections and new leads can be really great for you if you're wanting to take it to the next level. Now, with 13 days to go, it might not help you with Crystal Executive, but it'll help you, going forward from there.
Cindy, the other thing that I did last week that I'm still working through is I posted my before and after picture and kind of started my Isagenix business. It'll be 3 years this September. So I went back in my Facebook messages for the past 3 years. It took me almost all day, but I went through all my messages and wrote down any name that I didn't have on my list that had asked me about Isagenix because I wasn't really great about that in the very beginning. And I made a list. I have 75 extra people that I did not have on my list. So now, of course, my husband, because he went to an event, keeps trying to push me outside to do videos for people, to send all those people. But anyway, I wrote them all down last week. This week I need to send them all messages and just say, I don't know if you reached your goal, but I'm happy to still help. I'm still doing it because, I say that all the time. I think a lot of people wait to see if you're still doing it like a year later because they think it's some fad thing. And actually one message I found from a neighbor from almost 3 years ago, she said, thanks so much for the info, but we tried a fad diet and my daughter got really sick. So now we're not doing fad diets anymore. So now 3 years later, I'm going to send her a message and say, I just want to let you know that I've learned even more than I knew then. And it's not a fad diet. Like it's really awesome.
And I've made
more
3 years.
Yes. Yeah.
powerful thing to say.
But I was super surprised when I went back in my Facebook messages 3 years. I went back and looked at every Facebook message. I was super surprised at all the people I didn't remember I had mentioned Isagenix to.
Holly, how the heck did you do that?
Well, you go in and say view all that little icon that you view all messages, and it makes it big on your screen on the computer.
Okay.
And
So
you
you
can
didn't ever delete any.
Did you have like a case of each?
I don't delete anything, Sharon. I am so
Me
bad.
neither, sister. That means I can do it. I'm
Yeah.
with you.
I'm so bad. I think that my husband kind of like, I don't know. I was telling him what I was doing, so he kind of left me alone for the day, talking about trying to find yourself pockets of time. Because I knew if I didn't sit down and do it all at once in one day, I would,
Lose your place.
yeah. So you have to kind of not lose your place, but.
I have an idea that I'm not doing now, but I'm a little maxed out. But I have been seeing all these smoothie bowls. I don't know if you guys see those recipes. I'm going to do a smoothie bowl party.
Well, that's fun.
I'm going to have the base instead of doing a salad in a jar or a crock pot. Smoothie bowl. I got to perfect it here. So we'll be having smoothie bowls in the branch.
It's like a Sunday bar. Right?
Exactly, but with the base being either one of the shakes, and then I'm going to say that's going to be their meal. So I don't know. I haven't actually. I have a graphic kind of going, but yeah.
Share that.
Okay.
Perfect it.
Yeah, it's gonna be cute.
Okay, Sharon.
Anne, is it cold there?
I'm absolutely freezing today. I'm not sure why. I am like really cold. I'm not feeling too good.
Oh,
She needs to live somewhere sunny though. She's cold a lot. All right, guys. So what we just need to do is be super intentional now with these last 13 days and really, really work with your people. So all of the people that you have that are raising their hand, I create consultants with these. No stress. Yes, you don't want to be, freaking out. 7KW. What's that?
That's my next weekly goal. 7KW. It's all over. It's all over. It's in my car. It's all over. So it's a conversation starter. Also, it's all over my notebooks. It's everywhere. Oh yeah, that's my next weekly income goal. 7K. Yeah, 7,000. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
On the back of their laptop that it was like a decal.
That was I saw it on the Start Facebook page. This girl does most of her work in like co-working spaces and coffee shops, and on her laptop she has a sticker that says "Ask me about nutritional cleansing," and she said she's gotten like 6 enrollments in a couple months off of just that.
That's awesome. That's a fantastic idea.
I'm gonna do something like that.
I have blessed, and I have nevertheless she persisted, and no one's ever asked me about mine. So that's
I think it's great. I think it's really like smart. They literally ask me about it because that like let someone know like there's no reason not to ask you. You know what I mean?
And I think the nutrition too, the nutrition part, people are always intrigued by nutrition.
Yeah, I might do the exact same thing, honestly.
There's a realtor that goes to our coffee shop every Thursday, and she puts little notes on every table and says, "I'm here from 10 to 12 if you have any questions." And then she kind of has a little sign so you know it's her just sitting there. So and she's got a lot of leads from that. She says, "I'll answer any question about real estate." And I go to the same coffee shop and I'm like, "Oh, I'm totally taking like Wednesdays or something and doing the same thing." So
well, you should tell her you want to partner up. So you should put little cards out that say, "We'll talk to you about real estate and nutrition. Come sit with me."
I'm not partnering with her. I'm doing my own thing. I know her.
In our last life, we used to wear buttons. I don't know if you guys remember that. We had buttons that said, ask me about what I do, or I can't remember what they all said as conversation starters. And then we would carry purses that were clear that had the products in them. So that would be a good conversation.
Or the catalog in the front of it.
So that's, there's stuff like that we can do. And I guess what my point is, wherever we're going, we need to be super intentional. Like I've been carrying around little sample bags with me in my bag. So that way, when I'm talking to someone or meeting with them, I can just give them a little goodie bag. It's just got a Y Cleanse flyer in it, my business card, a shake, a hydrate stick, and a Ice of Delight. So, that way I've got something in my bag. If I have a great conversation and I want to give someone a sample, I can do that.
Did you see the, in Isagenix Business, somebody posted that they used, I don't know if this is a teacher thing that I know this, but a binder ring, that you can create your own, like a ring that you put things on. She had poked a hole in the top of a Replenish stick, an Isodelight, a fruits, a greens, you know, the sticks of all of them. And she put them on the ring, and then she attached a card that says, you know, because you might need this today, hydrate for your electrolytes, greens for your such and such, whatever. And she would hand it out that way, which I thought was really cute.
That's clever.
Yeah, it's in Isagenix business somewhere. I screenshotted it, but
Here's the bottom line. It's getting out and connecting with people. And so as I'm sitting here freezing, like I was going to go out today, but I really don't feel well. So I'm not, but I'm like, I really should be doing what I'm doing in a space where people at least can see me and have a conversation.
I know so many of us love to work from home, and I'm so guilty of this, guys. I love to have my candles burning.
Me too.
Light on.
I don't need to go anywhere. Dirty.
You know, one day a week we should be intentional and take our computers or iPads or something and go somewhere so people can see us and we can start some conversations.
You know, when Ken's traveling, one of the things he does, because he always brings a shake with him, he always will mix his shake in front of his clients, always. And we now have so many contacts, so many prospects because of that. And a couple that are really interested in the business side, because he started talking about that's his kind of passion. And he always shakes his shake in front of people. Like he says, I'll never do it not in front of people because everybody asks when I do it.
Oh yeah. And you know, you're always guilty of wanting to be prepared and organized and shaking things up on your way into the gym or the way out of the gym, but you really do want people to see you. I don't go to yoga without my my green Isagenix thing with pink colored water in it, so people will say, you know, what's in that? I don't just bring a water bottle with me when I go places. I've always got stuff on me for sure. And does someone else have an idea?
Well, I've been teaching in my class and my home, my new exercise class, and I've been serving Hydrate. You know, it's there in the back of the room, so they've been sucking that down and they're liking that. I handed out the little packets, the gift packets with Isodelights last week, so I do have a couple leads from that. And my hiking group too. I'm going to carry, next week I'll carry some Hydrate and figure out how to share. We'll have a sip and sample on the trail. So
there you go.
And that's like 15 to 20 people every week, just different people. So
that's awesome. Yeah, Sharon.
So I was had my recover in a container and would pour it in my thing in between classes, but now I just bring the whole canister and just do it sitting on the bench waiting from one class to another and just do it right there. So I've had people ask because of that. So again, Cindy, you're talking about being prepared and putting I'll put my recover in a e-shot thing, and then just pour it in there. But now just bring the whole container.
Yep.
That's a great idea. You got a big box of stuff.
I put it in my backpack and I got that, and then I got this, and I'm just doing it right with a funnel, just do it.
Yeah, I love it. I love all your great ideas, and I hate to have to get off the call to get on the mastermind call, but thank you guys for sharing your great ideas. 13 days. I know that you guys can do this, so just be super intentional, operating in a place of calmness, love. Can I help? Can I serve? When you feel yourself getting to the point where you're stressed, then you're gonna have to do a check. I just did a great Tony Robbins call today where he totally trained his audience, which those of you that got to see him live, he trained them to go, sad, blue, body physiology to a really pumped up physiology and turn it on and off and on and off, because when you're feeling stressed and anxious, you got to be able to pull yourself out of it mentally so that you are more attractive. Because if you're a stress ball trying to make this happen and you're just going little nut job over it, you're not going to be attractive. So I really want to keep you in that really attractive state where you're really excited about helping and serving others, and then it will come to you. All right, we got to get on the next call. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Cindy.